League of Legends, also known as the bane of my existence. League. What am I gonna do with this game? I hate the game, but I also like the game. League of Legends is a textbook example of a love-hate relationship. I love how expansive and detailed the lore is. Variety of characters make each game feel unique every time you get into a match. And the design and variety of skins gave me a sense of identity. Even the gameplay was relatively simple back then. Community, it's a hit or miss. Though I wasn't there at the very beginning, I've been playing the game long enough to maybe consider myself an old school League player. And though everyone had a different experience, mine was pretty normal, I guess. To understand where I'm coming from, let's take a stroll down memory lane real quick.
Flashback.
At the time of way back in November 2013, I was beginning to get burnt out from first-person shooters. Already being max prestige on Black Ops 2 was a grind, and Call of Duty Ghosts had just released, but it didn't hit me as hard as Black Ops 2, so I gave the FPS genre a break for a bit. I don't know if this was fate or just coincidence, but one of my close friends told me about a new online game a couple of boys were playing. The game was called League of Legends. When I was playing through the tutorial for the first time, and it said use Q, W, E, and R, I was like, what the hell is this? Not WASD? And damn, you gotta use D and F too? As well as the numbers 1 to 6 on my keyboard? That's way too many things I gotta remember. Eventually, I started to get the hang of it, and it felt pretty natural. I was still experimenting with items to build, and back then my tiny little brain thought, oh hey, why don't I just stack Warmogs on almost all my characters? Tanky's always the way to go, right? Uh, so with that mindset, I decided to go into ranked after playing the game for a couple weeks or so. And honestly, what was initially fun to me started to turn into competitiveness. The climb through Elo hell began. I remember going to play and then selecting ranked and then letting the queue roll. Holy crap, I was anxious. And the second that everyone accepted and the music started playing, the initial feeling made me breathless. I had teammates with better internet connections loading in faster than me, instantly calling their roles. I remember being left with top lane because my bot lane was a duel, so ADC and support were taken. Needless to say, I lost my first rank game, and as I mentioned before, it didn't occur to me that going Fizz top and stacking 2 Warmogs first was the correct call against Pantheon. Regardless, it was an exciting feeling. Hands were so sweaty at the end of the match. And then, since the end of Season 3, I practiced and really put in my hours playing ranked, and I tried to climb. I ended up within the ADC role, and my preferred champions were Jinx, Lucian, Ezreal. We worked Tristana, and Vayne. This game honestly was my life back in the day. I played Earth so much. I began watching and taking notes of what pros were doing. I was following the Korean scene as well to see what was meta. As fun as League was, the toxicity gradually climbed, and I started getting more upset at myself and towards teammates whenever I made a stupid play or they made a stupid / questionable play. I even let missing a CS frustrate me. That's how easily tilted I got. I was directing my anger and aggression to League at the littlest things. Though it took its time, I eventually realized that League just wasn't worth getting emotional over because it had completely drained me out. I called quits in 2020, uninstalled League, and hadn't looked back at any MOBA since then. So after roughly a full year of not touching any MOBA and playing single player indie games and other multiplayer games with my friends, I began to feel a little thought part of myself was missing, and I was just occasionally looking at some new League videos just to see what was new with the seasons and what new champions were coming out. And then I discovered this game called Eternal Return in the Steam page. I was like, well, this is League, but with the anime genre just marked up to 10. What I really like about Eternal Return in comparison to League of Legends is that in League, you need to farm pretty much anything and everything you can for gold. You know, minions, dragons, Baron, Scuttle, blue buff, wolves, champions. There are a lot of ways for you to farm gold essentially. In Eternal Return, there's no gold, meaning there's no CS count. All you have to do is loot for your items. And in order for you to gain XP, it's relatively simple as well. You can do it by looting, traveling around the map, killing the various mobs that spawn, and also killing other players. The average game doesn't last for about 40 minutes. Honestly, it only lasts about like 15 to 20 minutes. And even if you die early in the match, you don't have to stay in the match. You know, like a traditional battle royale, once you die, you can just leave and then start up another match. Same thing can be done here. You're not forced to stay in one game and deal with a toxic teammate until either the 15-minute or 20-minute surrender vote pops up, or you just lose your entire Nexus. The second you die is you die, that's it. But as I was playing it, I began to remember all these memories I had of League of Legends. I realized I actually missed playing it, minus the toxicity. So after a whole year of being free from League, I updated it, and I played one game just to see how much changed. Anyways, this happened.
巨人になんなきゃ意味ねえだろ
A summoner has disconnected.
Yeah, I don't miss that. Not at all. I actually would have preferred not to see that again. But Eternal Return's going to be different, right? Right?
ルミア島を支配しています。二人です。邪魔が入ったわね。しました。誰かが連続キルを達成しています。平常心を保つ。
You know, single-player games don't sound that bad right now. Yeah, I think I'm done with MOBAs. I hope. I hate this game so much. Thanks for watching. This video definitely took a lot longer than it was expected to, simply because there were some editing issues and my voice, the first recording was a lot lower than expected, but thanks to everyone that reviewed it for me, I readjusted the audio and played around with some other edits. Now that I have a good idea on how to utilize Premiere Pro and Photoshop, as well as Adobe Audition, I can definitely make videos at a more timely pace, and we'll be sure to upload a lot more content similar to this one. I hope you enjoyed. See you again real soon.